Hi, dear.
Amanda? You?
I lost track of you in New York, but thanks to your friend Cell, I was able to track you down. Now, you'll let us tie you up, you'll get on the boat, and if you try anything, he dies. Is that okay?
Blöd. Ich selber würde ja nicht sterben, aber... Okay, wir sind beide gefangen hier. Und da sitzt der Alte. You perceive another presence in the room. It's barely breathing and has an extremely slow heartbeat. Also mit dem Auge könnte es Ursus sein, aber eigentlich sonst erinnert es mich mehr an Guinness. You sigh with relief when you hear snoring. Boris is alive. The taste of dirty cloth has dried out your mouth. If you could at least drink something. The zip tie digs into your skin, but not enough to cut off your circulation. Amanda, or whoever tied you up like this, knew what she was doing. They'd at least left your feet If they'd at least left your feet untied, but haben sie nicht. So. Wie komme ich jetzt da raus? Da ist irgendeine Box. Ah, okay, ich komme dran. Was ist das hier? You let go of the torture instrument to grab another one. Das sind jetzt eigentlich keine Torture-Instrumente, oder? Warum kann ich mich jetzt nicht selber anklicken? Ach, das muss ich hier machen. Kann ich das benutzen hier? If this item can be useful in any way, it certainly won't be in its current state. Also erst hier gucken. You remember a similar torture instrument from your executioner days. Although you would sometimes use it to make small incisions in the prisoner's flesh and pull out their veins and arteries to tie them together. Schön. After stabbing the prisoner's abdomen with an instrument just like this one, you would pull out his intestines, emulating what a colleague once said.
If I do it right, I can get you to stick your hand in your wound and pull out your own guts.
Ja. So. Hier. Aber Korkenzieher bringt mir jetzt, glaube ich, gerade nichts. Messer, da kann ich doch die Zip-Ties vielleicht aufschneiden. Vielleicht geht's.
My good Falcon. No. You can't be.
At last, after centuries of nightmares, you come face to face.
Hines died at St. Fergus 500 years ago. The Inquisition killed him and burned down the church with his body in it.
I'm afraid you're mistaken.
A coin was enough to transmute 2 people. You are immortal.
After making you drink and stabbing you, Ursus gave me the other half of the potion. Just seconds before the Inquisition barged in. When they set the church on fire, I thought I'd suffocate in my hiding place. I quickly poured mercury in the potion and drank it, but didn't die. I didn't dare leave the church until 2 nights later. I looked for you among the burnt bodies, but how was I going to recognize you? How could I be sure that the potion had worked?
It worked. I'm still alive. And so are you. But you know the best part? You once saved my life. When you took it away years later, you gave me the chance to get it back. And that's what I've done. We're even.
I'm happy to hear that, because I need your compassion. I beg you, grant this sinner's soul some peace. I want you to kill me. I want to die, once and for all. For good, and only you can help me, my son. Ursus! I told you nothing would happen. Please, follow me outside. Take the wine set and blow out the candles. Our host will arrive at dusk. In the meantime, will you think about my request? Please.
Hours go by, but you don't think about Guinea's request much. Too much to do.
Huh? Where's the other guy?
Poor Ronald. Goodbye, my dear gardener. You had wonderful green fingers. He cried blood when he started reading it, just like you said he would.
Hi, honey.
Mr. Yesterday! Amanda, go find the madman. He has to be here somewhere. Lenny, you bring up Gines's alchemy table. And get this shit out of here. Well, well, well. Why the long face?
Ja, so sehe ich halt aus.
So I suppose you're hunting down immortals all over the world?
Now that you mention it, I feel honored. 100% of the world's immortal population is in my house this very instant. But don't get me wrong. Your old friend is here of his own accord.
Wo ist
What did you do to
Pauline?
Boris?
What did we do? What did you do? Lenny just told me he disappeared.
Don't try to fool me. Where is he?
Gines, is there anything you didn't tell me about Vulcan? Does he have any powers we might not know of?
I hope not, little Vic.
Little Vic?
Don't act surprised, Mr. Yesterday. I've known Father Gines for a long time, ever since I found him in that nursing home.
Oh, I can't stand children crying. Get out of here.
You're rude, sir. When a child cries, someone should console them.
Satan, take me now. You won't leave until I ask you what happened, will you?
They told me my granddad's here, but I can't find him.
I entered the first nursing home I found. I guess it never occurred to me that there could be more than one, nor that my grandfather was in the most expensive one in London.
I ran away from home because I haven't seen my granddad in 6 months.
Ah, well. I didn't even get to meet mine. He's been dead for 600 years.
My granddad is sick. There's a little man in his head that steals his words.
Oh, that's a shame. You can't live without words.
A lady at the door told me to wait here.
We'll wait. And let's hope we don't have to wait too long.
Sir? My name is Victoria Baxter, but my friends call me Vic.
I haven't had a name for a long time. Or friends, for that matter. But you can call me Ines.
I don't have a lot of friends either. There's my nanny, Dorothy, Catherine, the cook, and Ronald, the gardener's son. There's something I don't understand. If your granddad died that long ago, you must be really, really old. I mean, my nan was 87, and everyone said she died of old age.
Oh, and who says I haven't died?
I don't think I understand.
Listen here, little girl. If I tell you the truth, will you do me a favor?
Of course, Mr. Ines.
I was your grandmother's age the first time I died, but years before, I had taken a very special potion. They told me it gave you the power to come back to life at the same exact age as when you died for the first time. But what if that wasn't true? The only way to find out was to kill myself, but I couldn't do that.
And didn't you have any friends who could
I had two good friends, Ursus and Vulcan. They were like my children. Ursus died in a fire. As for Vulcan, I lost his track. I spent decades searching for him, because only he could confirm if the powers of the potion were real.
You could have looked up that potion in an encyclopedia.
There weren't any
Das ist natürlich blöd,
encyclopedias back then.
wenn er sich
Although
jetzt nicht getraut
there
hat
was a book
zu sterben
that
und
mentioned
jetzt
the potion.
immer mit um die
I never
87
found it again.
wieder auf die Welt kommt, ist natürlich ziemlich
Doctors know
kacke.
about these things. Did you ever ask them?
I couldn't ask anyone. I'd done bad things. I was a fugitive. I searched for decades in vain until I died of old age, as old as I am now. Every few weeks I die and I come back to life. And I can't walk. I can't even wipe my own shit.
You're not allowed to say shit.
They just opened up my throat so I could talk. I haven't been able to say a single word for 60 years. I'll say shit all I want. And you should do the same.
Shit.
See? It's easy.
Shit.
Nice. Don't let anyone ever take away your right to say what you want.
Shit.
I like you, Vic. But I think you should calm down.
You know a lot about death. Will my granddad live?
I don't know, Vic. I do know that if he dies, he won't come back like me. But if I could change places with him, I'd do so gladly.
You're a good man, Mr. Ines.
Now it's my turn. You owe me a favor.
Yes, whatever you want.
Could you place your hand on mine?
What's going to happen to you?
No one should die alone. Stay with me for a little while. And don't stop talking. Just pretend that I'm asleep. Don't let them see that I'm...
He died right there in front of me, and I stood there for nearly half an hour, holding his hand and begging him to come back. And he did.
It was true!
Hello, little Vic.
You're so lucky!
I'm not so sure. I'll die again in a few weeks, but I might not be as lucky as I was today. It might take me a lot longer to come back. They'll certify my death. They'll bury me. I'll die and come back. Die and come back. Die and come back inside my grave until there's no room left in the cemetery. Then they'll empty the graves, burn the remains, and I'll die and come back again, and I'll drag myself until someone finds me and takes me to a public nursing home. But I won't find you there. You'll have died of old age.
Luckily, that didn't happen. It took me 40 years. But I found you at last. And together we found your beloved Vulcan, the treaty, and also, surprise, we even found a judgment coin.
The time has come. I beg you, for the mercy I do not deserve, please read the treaty in search of the potion that reverts immortality. Please, kill me.
Ja oder nein? Ja oder nein? Was soll ich machen? Was soll ich machen? Eigentlich ja.
So I shall. For Alonso. For Fergus. For me. For all the lives you destroyed. Not even you deserve this punishment.
Thank you. Thank you, Vulcan.
Listen, don't waste any more of my time. None of that shit is going to happen. We're going to mix up a new transmutation potion. But I'm the one who's going to do the drinking.
Ja, das haben wir schon gedacht.
You only need 1 coin to make enough potion for 2.
One for you, and one for me. No, I can't trust you. What if you trick me? Or if something goes wrong? I need to make sure it works before I drink it. But as you can imagine, I have to test it on someone who has never been transmuted. Let's see if Lenny finds the madman. You'll have an immortal friend. What else could you ask for?
Miss Baxter, the madman is nowhere to be found. But I did find this.
Pauline!
Oh! Forget the madman.
Ach, super. Das
Here's
ist
an even better offer. Wouldn't you just love an immortal girlfriend?
She is. Ich habe einen Plan. Ich kann irgendeine Potion machen. Aber das natürlich die Potion ist, die jemand tötet.
I'll come back, John.
It takes Gines a while to come back. What about her?
I'm alive!
Gute Schauspielerin.
And
Sehr
you don't
schön.
know how happy that makes me. Amanda, keep an eye on them. I promise that when we find another coin, you'll be... Shit.
You won't come back alive. On the one hand, Weasel didn't show up to pick up the painting she ordered, and no matter how hard you try to get a hold of her, she's still nowhere to be found. Was denn jetzt los? On the other hand... Das haben wir doch schon gelesen. Ach so, jetzt ist Rückblick. You try her email, phone, and even KU7, but Weasel is nowhere to be found. We're all hackers here, so why don't we need to explain what... We don't need to explain what KU7 is, right? Just like Baxter said, the card you gave John is activated. You guess it must be connected to a private server from which Baxter controls the contact information that should show up. But if Baxter can load information on that card, you can download it. It takes you a while to access the server, but you finally manage. Baxter's private life is all yours. Besides the phone number that appears on the card, you find several others connected to a network. It's registered on the one Ernest W. Brooke. After doing some research, you discover it's Baxter's personal assistant. This phone number is registered under Baxter's name. 2 days ago, just before John came back from talking to Baxter, a call was placed from this number to another phone in the network. registered under one Amanda Royce. 2 days ago, just before John came back from talking to Baxter, Royce received a call from another phone in the network, Baxter's number. This number is registered under Malcolm D. Wilkins, CEO of the Trabex Corporation. It looks like he talks to Baxter almost every day. Baxter uses the same search engine almost everyone uses, so it's pretty easy to access her search history. Several items grab your attention. Every time you research someone, you take note of their taste in pornography. It says a lot about a person. Oddly enough, Baxter does not watch porn online. She already seemed strange, but this is just blows your mind. Here are some search terms most used by Baxter. Immortality, Transmutation, Order of the Flesh, Guinness de Orduña, Judgment Coin, Miguel de Fuentenerga, Saint Fergus of Inverloch. Interesting, right? It seems that Baxter's love for Japanese art is not a lie. She spends several hours a day chasing down collector's items on the net. As John already knows, tobacco is one of Baxter's guilty pleasures. She spends a fortune on cigars, pipes, and all kinds of smoking accessories. You're not surprised that Baxter showed interest in your antique shops, considering she was going to buy the new, but you're surprised that she searched the location on Google Maps over a month ago. During the past few days, Baxter has been obsessively visiting a website, Coleridge's, the London-based auction house. It looks like they're auctioning several lots the day after tomorrow. A gladiator helmet, club and shield from the 1st century AD found near Turin. Suicidal self-sodomy. One of the last works by American painter Dennis Hole, who died in 2015, prime example of the meta-postmodern abstract movement. An 1830 chest decorated with coins from different time periods. Now we have a winner. There you are drawn to a beautiful coin adorned with a peacock. The central coin itself, a $half, is worth bidding for the lot. The last time a 50-cent piece was auctioned in 2003, it was sold for $5,750,000. Oh, das ist nicht. That's the coin. Wait a second! That can't be a mere coincidence. The very coin John needs to cure his immortality, induced amnesia. A prop ring used in the filming of that famous fantasy trilogy made in New Zealand, and I don't even have to name. Among the hundreds of emails that Baxter has sent and received over the past few days, you focus on just a few. An email sent from Passe de Barre Français informs Baxter that her new mansion in Paris will be fully accessible by wheelchair in less than a month. A short email from Baxter to Alfred Thompson, an aircraft pilot, was sent 2 days ago. It asked him to prepare a private jet in order to travel to London today in a few hours. It's perfectly clear Baxter is pursuing immortality and using you both. She plans to travel to London to get a hand on those judgment coins. So what are you going to do? After her appearance on the TV show that Boris saw, Baxter wrote an email to the director. The host reeks, I want her fired. Saint Eustache, the psychiatric hospital for the elderly located in Paris, would like to thank Baxter via email for her generous donation. You haven't spoken to John since the last argument, but if what you just found out about Baxter is true, you might be in danger. You call his cell phone, but he doesn't answer. He probably lost it again. Thinking about Weasel's micro cameras, it dawns on you. The Neo is so full of nooks and crannies that you could actually hide several micro cameras inside. It will be your first analog Trojan. You decide to get your hands on the coin, but how will you pull it off? You've got $500,000 in your pocket, enough to get you to London and win a bit on the chest. But if it weren't for the fact that Baxter is after it and she's got way more money than you. Besides, you better not trip your hand just yet. What if you sneak into the coral ridges and find the chest and take the coin? With your knowledge of security systems, it should be doable. The problem is the lot auction. Everyone would see that the coin was missing and Baxter would know something's up. What if you replace the coin with a counterfeit? You do have a file with a 3D model of the coin, although I'm afraid you lack both the skill and the tools to reprint metal. You only know one person who could pull it off. She should have come to collect the painting she ordered, but she didn't show up and you can't seem to reach her. There's only one thing you can do. Travel to her house in Amsterdam. Okay, Pauline, you've got a plan. Weasel loves danger. She seeks it. She instigates it. So much so that when it finally arrives, she turns on the red light and to welcome it. You approach her floating house stealthily, just to play it safe. Und das mache ich dann das nächste Mal, jetzt wo ich endlich wieder eine Pause habe hier. Ich sage tschüss, bis zum nächsten Mal, euer Videospieler. Dieses Video ist nun vorbei, aber wenn es euch gefallen hat, dann schaut doch mal meine anderen Videos an, abonniert meinen Kanal, folgt mir auf Twitter oder unterstützt mich finanziell auf Patreon. Vielen Dank.